Hi, my name's Rob Ryder, speaking out of Penzance in Cornwall, and I'd just like to do a short video today regarding things that have been happening in the public eye recently. If anyone looks at my YouTube and Rumble channel, I don't do a lot of videos. I only do videos where I feel I can give practical advice and objectively look at things and dissect them and give what I believe is objective truths, or at least as close as we can get to that. So I don't normally do a little video like this, but I've thought about it and I thought, no, I'm just going to do a little video regarding what people call controlled opposition, or whatever you want to say it. You won't really understand this, and I'm not going to repeat myself, unless you watch again the video called Reality Not a Spectator Sport. You have to understand how reality, perception and behavior is all connected. So there's a lot of people probably the last year talk about Andrew Tate, Russell Brand, other people as being these speaking out against the system, Elon Musk, etc. Now a lot of people talk about you have to peel an onion to get into the truth. With this, I feel it's the opposite way. You have to expand your awareness of what's happening to actually see what's happening. And there's so many people who don't really understand that this ultimately is a psychological attack, that they're following these people, Russell Brand, Andrew Tate, and they're all Pied Pipers in my opinion. You have to think, where are they leading? It's the first question you ask yourself. All right, saying some reasonable things, seem to be against the system. Where is it leading you to? And they're everywhere. I'll just give you a few examples. I mean, the moment Trump got elected, me and a friend of mine said, no, he isn't for the people. No way, absolutely no way. He wouldn't got elected. And we've had this utter nonsense of QAnon, and Trump is kind of like this messianic figure, political figure. And there's a lot of people in the so-called truth or freedom movement who are following this. And if you're listening to this today, just hold your hands up, please. You were wrong. You were wrong. So let's start with Trump. So he had 4 years in power, allegedly, allegedly in power, if we believe that the president is the power figure in America. What real changes did he make? Zero. Did he challenge money creation? Yeah. Did he challenge the effectiveness of medical intervention, should we say? Did he actually challenge anything? Yeah, he did a little bit for the economy. You know, you've got to give the illusion that you're a messiah. Nothing. Zero. He's the man that locked down America and had Fauci in control. The lockdown in America killed an unknown thousands of people based on, people know what I think of the pandemic, shall we say. Yeah? So he locked down the country. He caused death. He didn't intervene. He sat back and allowed it to happen. Some messiah. Yeah? Please, constructive thinking. Expand your awareness of what's happened. These people are puppets, all of them. Doesn't matter who you're talking about, they're all puppets. So Biden comes in. Obviously, man, corrupt, an utter corrupt family. Obviously, he's not intellectually endowed. People seriously think he's running the country? Now, the people who still believe Trump's a messiah say, oh no, it's Trump, he's took over the military, he's really running the country, and they need Biden to fail so we can come back and blah, blah. What planet are you on? Come on, man. Yeah? So you allow people to die. You allow people to suffer. Anyone think Biden's running the show there? He's obviously not running the show. The same people who are running the Biden administration were the same people running the Trump. It keeps your mind in the political sphere. There's no solution in the political sphere. That's part of the matrix and this layer of perception above nature that we need to get rid of, where it traps people's mind in this political layer. That's all it is. Doesn't matter if they speak out against the system a little bit or not. As long as it doesn't go anywhere, that's the main thing. Elon Musk, another guy, he's took over Twitter and it's free speech. Come on, man. He's got thousands of satellites in the sky. He wants to connect the human brain to AI. He is one of them. He's filling the world with electric cars in the smart grid. He is one of them. Again, Pied Piper, you whistle a happy tune, but where's it going? Del Bigtree and Robert F. Kennedy, all for safe vaccines. Yeah, that's okay, fair enough. Bigtree, under pressure from his audience, was forced, I would say, to have Dr. Andrew Kaufman on. So I've got to be careful what I say because, social media are censoring everything, but we know what Dr. Andrew Kaufman's stance on this. If you don't, look it up. He was pressured by his audience, still pushing safe vaccines. Once you've interviewed Dr. Andrew Kaufman, there's no going back. There's no going back from your stance on these medical interventions at all. It's very clear. Now, him and Kennedy are both pushing the safe vaccine mantra. Again, it doesn't get you out. You're keeping people in this bubble, in this sphere of lies. There's the whistling a happy tune against the system, or so it seems, but they're not leading you anywhere. Yeah, just a safer vaccine. Okay, more Pied Pipers. Then we come to, I'll put Russell Brand and Joe Rogan together. So a lot of people who are new to what's going on, maybe they had their awakening during the lockdown. They don't know the history of Russell Brand, maybe. So he was an untalented, weird guy who got some job on not even the main show, but the show of the show, the Big Brother's Little Brother. Not my opinion, not very funny, but that's just a subjective opinion. And all of a sudden he's a Hollywood star. That doesn't happen for no reason. And years ago, what people know, he started interviewing David Icke. He got on board with David Icke, my opinion, to give himself a platform in this spiritual awakening world. So I think even up until about 2016, he was interviewing David Icke. Now, my opinion, and this was my opinion from the very start, he was using David Icke to create a platform. I believe he was the child catcher at the Olympics, London Olympics, with the show there. What else on Russell Brand? Yeah, so he had been interviewing David Icke, so he knows a lot of things at that time. And then when the Miliband, one of the Miliband's was running for the general election for Labour, he had a live interview with him, uncensored, all recorded on TV. He had the chance to ask him anything, money creation, child abuse, whatever, fake wars. He had an hour chatting to him or whatever, come back and started everyone telling him to vote Labour. Yeah? Nonsense. Didn't challenge anything. And yet he's out there in Parliament Square with his fake mask on, I'm for the people, another champagne socialist, multi-millionaire for the people man. So it was clear for him from the start who he was. There's lots of other things you could go into, but I'll go into a very recent thing. I've had my doubts about Joe Rogan for a long while. You have to understand, Joe Rogan is a very good friend of Patrick Bet-David, who runs the Valuetainment podcast, which I personally like. So in Valuetainment, he's had David Icke and Dr. Tom Callahan during the lockdown. So again, I can't really mention it here, but anyone who knows them names know what they think of the lockdown. So Patrick Bet-David doesn't have to believe what they said, but he knows of their opinion and that it's there. There's absolutely no way at all that would have not have been communicated to Joe Rogan and Russell Brand, who, like we say, used David Icke and now won't speak to him. Yeah. So they knew David Icke's opinion. They would have known Dr. Kaufman, Dr. Tom Cowan's opinion and more. And yet a few weeks or even months ago now, I seen an interview with Rogan and Brand, I seen a short clip of it, and it must have been way after the lockdown, because Bran was in America in the studio, so there's no restrictions getting there. And they were talking about Alex Jones being unreliable. I haven't really got an opinion on Alex Jones. I haven't got anything against him. He's done a lot of work. I haven't really got for it. I haven't really looked into that too much. But he is a little bit mentally unstable, as even himself he would admit. He likes alcohol. He's got a bit of an issue there. He gets some things wrong, which he's admitted. But anyway, that's not the point. Joe Rogan and Russell Brand was talking about Alex Jones being unreliable, but on the whole getting things right, as regards in comparison to David Icke, who is more unreliable. Yeah? Why? Because David Icke, more unreliable because, yeah, David Icke said COVID was 5G. Very interesting. These two people are millionaires, well connected. Impossible. They would not have known that David Icke corrected himself after 6 weeks on London Real Television, years back. It's impossible that they would not have known that unless they are unbelievably controlled. So that is lying by omitting truth. David Icke, at the very beginning of the lockdown, did say it's connected to 5G. And then he come across Dr. Kaufman's work and corrected himself. Only a few weeks later, which is now what, I don't know, 3 years ago or whatever. There's no way they would have known. They are lied by omitting the truth. Andrew Tate, again, yeah, we need a little bit of masculinity back in the world. We need strong men. We need people to say no. In my opinion, we need a more defined family arrangement. I think the natural way men have their duties, women have their duties. It doesn't have to be as rigid and as sexist as it probably was in the past. We've come a long way, but men and women are different. End of fact. Yeah, and when children come along, the best way for at least a good few years to develop the family unit is for men to take their responsibility and women to take theirs in the natural way, in my opinion. Role play for that period of time. So Andrew Tate's challenging all this, even challenging the monetary system and the lockdown and things like that. But this guy is probably almost a billionaire. You don't, and he's making it in investments. His original, well, they called him an internet pimp, whatever. All right, he made his millions, whatever, fair enough. As a young bloke, why not? But now he's making it in investments. If you go back to my other videos, How to Own the World, investment banking and investments in general on this big casino is the satanic element of the monetary system, or the currency system, really. It's not really a monetary system, it's a currency system. And all the banks, as I explained, they're not going to repeat them, but all the wealth gets sucked into investment banking. So people making investments, you're really sucking other people's energy and making the profit. That's how he makes his money. And then you think, where's he leading to people? Well, he's leading to people into this investment world. He's leading to people to think wealth is a sign of success. And he's led white Christian males in this country to Islam. And that isn't a criticism on Islam, but this country was built modern times on what we would say Christianity. And I'm not a Christian. I don't follow any religion. But where is it leading to? This is where it's leading to. That'll create more division, more problems in society. And he talks about the Matrix. Andrew Tate, the Matrix, attack from the Matrix. Organized religion is a part of this layer of perception above actual real nature reality that is the Matrix. Politics, religion, cultural belief systems, they're all part of this layer. Again, go back to the other video I've done on the nature of the Matrix. So he's not getting you out of the Matrix. So people have to see these games within games. And there's so many people now, and they get angry at you when you say this kind of thing. But part of their anger is you challenging their belief system, and ego kicks in to defend it. Yeah, or they want to believe that someone's going to save them. There's nobody coming to save you except yourself. Nobody at all. People get angry, and then I'm an arrogant, ego-driven know-it-all because I'm saying this. Well, doesn't matter whether you like me or not. Doesn't matter whether you believe I'm driven by ego or not. What am I saying? Is it true or not? That's the only thing that matters. Is what I'm saying is true. If you reject it on the basis if you don't like me, that's your ego. It's not mine. I'm giving you information. I'm just a bloke, a general bloke. If my delivery isn't great, then so what? What about the information? That's all it's about. The information. The only person coming to save you is you, and that sense of knowing inside, which is deeper and goes beyond the programmable mind. It's deeper, something within inside, and knowing. Whatever, we won't go into that, but whatever you deem that to be. And so I'll just go the last one, which may upset a few more people, David Icke. If you're going to call him out for controlled opposition, now I've given evidence against these people I've called out as Pied Pipers now. If you're going to call out David Icke, can you please give evidence? Evidence-based. Yeah? What have I heard of people? Oh, he's a Freemason. Well, he's not, because he's dealt with that, publicly dealt with that. He doesn't give solutions. Well, he tells people to become aware of the nature of the manipulation, become aware of the nature of reality and therefore themselves, and say no to injustice. What other solution is there? Yeah. So if you're going to say, I'm not a follower of David Icke, but I listen to the guy because I think he's got credible information. I felt he was wrong regarding COVID and 5G because I've been looking at the nature of disease in 2000. Well, I figured this out in 2011, the nature of disease. So I knew he was wrong. But you have to give the person a chance. He come across new information and then he changed his mind, which what we're all supposed to do. Yeah. I believed in these medical interventions going back 13 years or whatever. Then I come across information and then I didn't. You have to be open to change your mind. If you're going to criticize David Icke, fair enough, I will listen to it because I'm not a follower of him. He's not my messiah. I just like the information he gives out. But if you're going to call him out with evidence and data. Yeah? Not always just controlled opposition. He doesn't give solutions as a Freemason. Utter nonsense. Yeah? Games within games. People seriously need to understand that this is a psychological operation at its heart. I think that's all I've got to say. And you either like what you say or I don't. Completely irrelevant. But I can see, because I've expanded my awareness. There's the political game, there's the religious game, there's that, and there's the people around it. So people haven't expanded enough yet to see. Once you expand your awareness, you see the puppets behind the puppets, the puppet masters behind the puppet masters. All one big game, and you can only trust yourself. That's it.